Welcome back. It's Dr. Jen Ferboni, better known as DocJenFit, doctor of physical therapy and owner and founder of Gen Health, your one stop for all aches and pains that you can freely search on our platform. Look at movement playlists, search for whatever your body is feeling that it's needed. We have it available and you can search for free on Gen Health. Today, I'm going to take you through a little mobility flow, especially for that radiating pain from the low back. Maybe you're feeling it into the glute. Maybe you're feeling it into the leg and you're not quite sure. Is it sciatica or is it coming from something else? We're going to really start to address that nerve in a more gentle way and then start to address what could be happening at the low back. How can we reposition our bodies in different ways so it starts to feel something different? So we're going to start on our back addressing our hamstring. And the first one is an active hamstring stretch. So we're going to come onto your back, grab the leg here. If it's really uncomfortable to grab the leg, you could also use like a towel or a strap to hang on to. But you want your arms extended, leg basically up to the ceiling. And we're going to start by pointing the toe up to the ceiling. And when I point the toe up, I shouldn't feel a lot of nerve sensations down into my calf or my foot. So if you do, you might need to not straighten just as much. But what I really want you to see is like kind of bring it back. Maybe that leg doesn't even go all the way straight. And we'll do about 5 of these. Okay. So maybe that leg isn't necessarily going all the way straight, but you're feeling that kind of pressure, tension, stretch into the back, into that knee. That's what we're really trying to go for when we keep that toe kind of up to the ceiling. And obviously I'm going a little bit further back than most people might need to. Let's try it with the other side too and see what you feel. So again, you can start with your toe flexed if you want to, and then point it up or just have it pointed up the entire time. Because the moment that I pull my toe back, I'm not then doing a hamstring stretch. I'm doing more of a nerve glide, which we're going to get into, but we want to explore what does it feel like to feel that difference. So you can pull that leg back as much as you need to. And it doesn't have to go all the way straight. Like if I feel a stretch and there's a slight bend in it, that's okay. We'll just do about 5. Okay. Try to relax the rest of the body as we do this. Okay, now I'm going to bring that leg back up to the top just to explore. Now I want to bring that toe back as much as I can and then just straighten to where I feel that stretch start to shoot either down my calf or down my foot, and I bring it back and relax. And so again, coming up, and it probably is going to, like you saw before, I was pulling my leg way back. Now my leg is staying way out here and I'm feeling that stretch. Now, if you start to feel symptoms into your back, if you're feeling like it's increasing any symptoms that you have along your glute or back of your leg, that's when we're like, okay, we need less of a stretch here and more of the toe up. So don't go so aggressive into it. This is where you start to learn, okay, this is like, I do have a little nerve tension here and I don't want to increase those symptoms at all. So that's why, especially for nerves, we're not holding for long periods. We're just kind of coming into it and coming out of it 5 times. And let's explore what that feels like on the other side. Bring that foot back. And again, that knee might not all the way straighten, and that's totally fine. You don't need to have a totally straight leg here to start to get into that stretch. And this is where I will also give just like a little side note. If you bring your foot like in, and you'll feel the stretch out to the outside. So we're getting a different part of the nerve, a different nerve branch from that sciatic nerve. So you can kind of explore like putting your leg different directions too, as you're kind of getting that toe back, and see if you feel more sensation, less sensation, tighter in one area. That's just like, oh, maybe you have a little bit more nerve tension in that area. Okay, now I'm going to flip it onto my stomach. So if you know that laying on your stomach is really uncomfortable for your back, you could put a pillow or a couple pillows underneath your hips if you need to. We're going to do what I call prone press ups. So the goal of prone press ups is to really start to improve our spinal mobility throughout our entire spine. So all the way from my upper back, all the way down. So what I want to make sure for a press up, I'm going to relax my legs. Okay. Shake out my legs, keep that nice and relaxed. I want to prevent my glutes from doing all the work here. So try to relax my glutes. It's going to be more of an arm exercise and a back exercise. Okay. Now, as I go, I want to think of pulling my shoulders up first. So pull the shoulder blades back. That's going to get some extension in the upper back. Then use my hands, a lot of arm support to kind of extend through that back until it feels like my hip bones are going to come off the floor. If my hip bones come off the floor, I'm kind of going too high. So keep those hip bones on the floor. And you'll feel more of that extension through the entire spine and then slowly come down. Okay. So we're going to do this 5 times. Pull those shoulder blades back. Coming up, nice and slow. And then nice and slow on the way down. So use those arms. I like to say it's like 50% arms, 50% back. Okay. So again, shake out those legs. If we're not, maybe you don't even need to go as high. Maybe you feel a little tension to that low back when you go a certain way. So don't go all the way up. Okay. It's really important that you're listening to your body and we're just kind of actively lifting to what you can and then slowly coming back down. Okay. Actively lifting to what you can and nice and slow on the way down. Okay. Now we're just going to hang out here for just a tiny bit. So place your elbows down to what feels comfortable. For some, that might be like, I need a little bit more in my upper back. For others, that's a little bit lower. So where you put your elbows is also going to determine where you feel most comfortable. We're just going to take 5 deep breaths here. Okay. So again, I love coming back to prone press ups and just prone breathing because this completely reverses the posture that we're typically in when we're sitting. So think about driving, think about sitting at your desk. A lot of times we're rounded, which is so normal to go into that posture, but how are we reversing that more throughout the day? So this is where you're taking that time, breathing. So shake it out. I like to literally shake out the body. Can your body move? And again, you could be a little bit lower. Think of those shoulders away from your ears, dropping along that spine. And breathe. So this is helping to improve that spinal extension throughout the entire back rather than just kind of like at that low back SI area where a lot of people already have so much mobility and get a lot of issues in that area because we're not opening up in other places along the back. So really coming and breathing, it can be such a good thing to do. And then we're going to now make it a little bit more active with our legs as we go into squat pumps. So now coming up, give yourself a little break. Maybe tuck the tailbone 5 times. I just want to make sure that we're transitioning from that extension to that rounded position and not getting a little too aggressive in the back. Now, I'm going to come into a squat position. You can start high if you want, or as low as you want. You can be as wide as you need to, and come as low as you can tolerate in that squat, trying to round in that back, and then come as high as you can. Maybe your hands are a little bit higher and stretch into those hamstrings and then squat it down. So you could be on your legs. You could be hands on the floor. You can show off and place your elbows to the floor. So kind of going to what feels best within your body, but we're doing just like 5 squat pumps. So trying to stretch into those hamstrings and then round and let that bottom drop. And then stretch into those hamstrings and round and let that bottom drop. And especially once we make it active, you might notice that you get a little bit more range in those hamstrings. At the 5th one, go take a couple breaths here. Deep breath in from that rib cage. Exhale. Shake it out. Inhale. Good. Now we're just going to end it out with a couple roll-ups. Bring your feet in just slightly. And again, hands don't have to be on the ground like mine. Okay. Knees are unlocked a bit. Okay. And try to, wherever you are, relax that body. Relax. Shake it out. Shake it out. Feel that rounding. Now we're going to start by pushing into your feet. So push into your feet as you start to come up. Arms are dead. Hang. Let them hang. Think about tucking that tailbone under as you start to come up. So knees kind of come forward. Tailbone comes under. And then one vertebrae at a time until the chest opens and the head lifts. Head is the last thing. Now it's going to be the first thing as the chin comes down. And think about, again, dead hang arms. Round, round, round from that upper back. Unlock your knees. Round. all the way down. Peel one vertebrae at a time down into that low back. You can give your upper body a little shake as you come down. Shake it out, shake it out. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, let it relax. And then start again. Pushing into your feet. Push, push, push. Knees will come forward just slightly. That's going to help to tuck that tailbone under even more as you come up. Tailbone tucks under until the body is stacking on top. And chin is the last thing to come up and then down. Let's do it one more time. So round down, rounding from that upper back. Relax those arms. Relax, relax, relax. Let that body really feel that whole spinal movement. This is what we want to create, that spinal segmentation, which creates better awareness. Inhale, exhale at the bottom. Press through those feet. Push those knees forward as you tuck that tailbone under. This is the last one. Keep those arms relaxed. Feel those hips come forward underneath you, shoulders, and then head. Great work. I hope that you started to understand that spinal segmentation really helps to gain control and awareness of where that body. So we're not fearing bending forward or rounding in the spine. We shouldn't have any fear with that. It's a natural movement that our body needs to be able to do. Now, if you want more control and stability around that low back, less aches, pains, and instances of coming with that low back spasming or tensing, that's where I would really highly recommend our low back plan on Gen Health. And you can get started with not only this plan, but 11 others. The first phase of the low back plan is 30 days. Every day, 5 to 15 minutes. You can do it showing up for yourself. Just use code OPTIMAL at checkout. We're going to have that linked up. And start the low back plan. Start your journey that involves more than just stretching and mobility, but going into deep core coordination, going into stability work and strength work, and understanding how you can take a whole body approach to help what's happening at your low back. Don't forget, if you love what you're learning, I have so much more in stock for you. So hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos I've done in the past, and leave any comments of any suggestions that you have for videos in the future. And I can't wait to help you feel incredible and amazing within your body.